Like that.
That always
Like
oh,
that.
And the stuff that we gotta do.
This is like pretty easy. Listen, I think you should bring this up over here. Nah. It's so.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, I know. You know, it's got it. But I guess I'll screw it up. Don't get me wrong.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll call this meeting to order and ask that you stand and pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The first item of business is announcements. We have two this evening, three actually. First, Michelle McGall will be hosting the Rhode Island State Committee of the New England for Offshore Wind Coalition at the Little Compton Community Center on March 20th at 6:30 p.m. That's our representative in the legislature. Secondly, we expect the Rhode Island Department of Transportation to be in attendance at our next meeting. And at that meeting, we expect them at this point to describe for us their intentions with respect to state highway repairs in the town. Specifically, I anticipate we'll be talking Meeting House, which for them means Meeting House and the Commons. And we may also get a foretaste of what is intended for south of Commons, Simmons, and East Main Road, but I don't have that part confirmed. Third, the senior van is in service. It has a run tomorrow, as I recall.
That's correct.
And then the basic sequence is this. If a person wishes a ride to the senior lunch or to shopping at Market Basket and or Walmart, each of those things is available. The meals are available Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of each week. And the shopping run is available on Thursday of each week. The reservation must be made by the Friday, i.e. tomorrow, before next week, so as to plan drivers for those 4 possible days, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But we have a staff of drivers that are available to do that, and we anticipate providing that service as it's needed. Any other announcements? Okay, the first item then of business is approval of the minutes of February 23rd.
Motion to approve the February 23rd, 2023 minutes as written, unless anybody has any comments or questions.
Second.
Discussion on that. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. The next are 7 department head reports: finance, police, building, fire, clerk, assessor, and administrator. Of those departments and bosses, the administrator is here. Is there a motion to place these on file? And then I'll ask that the administrator make any comments you may have.
So moved.
Second,
I'll second.
sorry.
No, that's fine. I've got a
The
comment.
motion's made and seconded to place on file.
I have a comment. Just in the police report,
Yeah,
hopefully we didn't use 9,095 gallons to go 477 miles.
I will check that.
I even
I
missed
thi-
that.
I think they just flip.
Oh, yeah.
Comes out to about 19 miles to a gallon.
I would say so.
they don't call him Hawkeye Golembeski for nothing. Thank you, sir. Exactly.
I have a
Observation, thank you.
Thank you.
quick question for you, Tony.
Yeah,
On the town hall restoration, are we on schedule? Is Damon on schedule when we sign the contract with them?
Yes, we are. The only hiccup that we had temporarily was going before the state fire marshal. That sort of held up things a little bit, but it really has not interfered a whole lot.
I see that in your report, state fire marshal went well, waiver granted on the fire sprinkler system for a comprehensive fire safety system. I will jump to the bills quickly. Raymond Gomes, is that who is,
He's the
I can connect the two here.
consultant. He's the
Okay,
consultant.
yeah, if you just talk on Ray Gomes and the sprinkler system real quickly, tell me what's going on. I see the bill here for it.
Ray Gomes actually is a consultant that has assisted us with the fire safety because we had some issues and we needed some assistance that the architect was not able to handle. So we had to bring in some assistance, to deal with that. And not only that, he prepared also for the fire marshal's appearance.
What were specifically, what were the issues?
The issues was they were going to require us to put a sprinkle system. And in order to do that, we needed someone with the expertise that could come on board and say, okay, in place of fire sprinkle system, what could we do? And that's what he provided, that expertise, that we had to create a comprehensive fire safety system for the entire building.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Ready to vote on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The next item of business is old business, and I would like, sorry, yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to bring something up in the police department report. I had my hand up.
Oh, sure, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I read in the newspaper that the police chief had asked the state to raise the fee for, animal at large to from $25 to I think $50 or $100. And I was just curious if the town council felt that that was an appropriate amount, since we have to go to the state legislature to ask them to raise the fee. The police chief is not here, but
Right.
I think it was in the paper 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or something. 2 weeks ago.
And the question is as to the amount of the fee?
Yeah, it seems like a trivial amount, right? I mean, maybe in 1950, $50 would have been a lot of money for somebody if they bid a dog. They would have thought maybe restraining their dog, but it seems like in 2023, $50, I don't know if our neighbors who has had several fines and would care about $25 or $50 any difference. And I'm curious if the town council asked the police chief to go for that small amount, or if that was the police chief's idea to have this small incremental raise, since you have to go to the state legislature to get approval to raise these fines.
Right, I understand the question. I'm not personally aware of how we arrived at the value that he,
It was a chief's proposal to the council. It was not an initiative from the council, it was his proposal to the council.
and our vote was to approve his recommended value.
No, you really did not approve that.
We approved authority for him to submit a
Correct,
request.
yes.
Okay, and you're,
I don't recall a meeting when the council actually discussed that amount or anything. That's what I'm curious about. Like, how did the police chief derive this amount?
It was not, actually, it was not finalized, okay, because it was actually postponed. The request, it did surface, you are correct, and the amount, you have it?
no, it's a reaction to the chief's report, I believe is what
Yes.
is your concern.
So, just quickly, it's not on the agenda tonight,
But I'm asking about the police.
and it's not on the police report either.
It was in the newspaper. Why is it not?
Yeah, that's not on the agenda, though. So if we talk about it any further, we'll be breaking an open meetings law.
I have no way of knowing what's on the police chief's report. 'Cause
It's-
when I pull the agenda up, the only thing that shows up is the agenda. I don't actually get a copy.
Yeah, there should be a packet, there's a packet for the public on the Secretary of State's website.
Yeah, pull it
Yeah,
up.
you can see it
It's on the
all.
town's website.
Oh, the town's
Yes,
website also.
that's on the town,
I have it here too, if you want it.
only on the Secretary of State is the.
But I'd love to talk about it. I just,
No, I just
Yeah, we
saw
won't-
the newspaper, so I wanted
Right.
to, and that's the only place we can talk about it is the police department report, because the
Yeah.
police chief should be here to. be able
it's
to-
not on here.
It's been noted, and we will undertake to give you an answer in a future meeting.
We can certainly put it on the agenda for 2 weeks, though.
I think we're going to be pretty busy in 2 weeks. I think that's when the state's coming down to talk about this Peak and the Rosebery.
Be a long meeting.
I think
The
that's
point
gonna
has
be a
been
long-
made, let's
Yeah.
accept that and we'll move forward. Thank you. The next item of business is to consider correcting the requested value for the fire department budget. I have entered this because I spoke orally the figure of $986,240, and that was not in fact the sum of the values for the fire department. The correct sum is $1,071,298. So I have directed that that change be made to reflect what was actually in the report, despite my having misspoken the number. And I would like a motion to validate that decision. That
I'll move that motion, I'll make it.
Second.
discussion on that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. The next item is new business, a letter of request received from LC 350. That's the appointed committee to plan and execute the 350th birthday in 2025. They have three requests. They want to use the town's nonprofit status to accept donations on behalf of LC 350. They want the town's finance director to establish a specific account for LC 350. And they want to confirm that the LC 350 committee and the events sponsored by them are covered under the town's insurance policy. I can say on items A and B that we are ready to do those two things. And I don't know that the administrator has gotten a response from the trust as to the coverage for that event, but that's been an issue.
I have not yet, but I'm following up on that, though.
So what I would, thank you. What I
Make a motion to tentatively approve this upon they be covered by the town's insurance policy for liabilities, whatever may happen. And I also like to thank Carolyn Wilkie Wardell because she spearheads all these things which are beneficial to the town, like the tree spray and whatnot, so.
And
Well
so
said.
your motion is conditional upon,
Yeah, conditional upon,
approval from the town's insurance policy.
I'll second it.
Discussion on that.
I have a question
Yeah.
about point A,
Yeah,
only because it relates to the housing trust trying to find out whether or not they can operate under the town's nonprofit status as a tax deductible organization. So do we know, is that allowed? Can they operate as a tax deductible?
I should be clear. The wording is that's reflected in the request. We don't, we, the town are not a nonprofit. We do not have nonprofit status. What we have is status as a municipality in the United States, which under the tax code allows contributions, not taxes, but contributions that are made to the town for specific things to be replied to with a response that enables the donor to use that response for a tax write-off. Specifically, when we did the recreation field, we raised many tens of thousands of dollars, all from townspeople who contributed. Each of those people received a response that says, because you donated to a municipality, you may do that.
All right, well, that's very clear and helpful, and I appreciate it, because
Yeah.
we've been asking, I feel like the Housing Trust has been asking around for a while, and we just haven't been able to get a clear answer about whether or not we'd be able to do a similar.
Were the housing trust to, I think what has typically,
And sorry to get off track here, I only ask because it's related to the
That's fair.
nonprofit status.
the nonprofit status of the town is not a nonprofit entity. However, they are a municipality and therefore have that tax advantage.
We're not a 501c3.
Correct.
It's just because we're a municipality.
Tax exempt. There's a difference.
Yeah. Okay. The motion then has been made and seconded
But not.
and
voted
for
on.
conditional upon the town's insurance policy covering the committee. Is there any other discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. And then a request from the finance director to issue a reimbursement of balance remaining to a taxpayer, specifically Skinny Dip Farm. The town council approved an abatement request from the assessor on 3/24. Approval resulted in a credit on the taxpayer's account. The taxpayer is requested to receive that payout of the overage.
Motion to grant.
second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Copy of a resolution from the Charlestown Town Council in support of House Bill H 5174, an act related to waters and navigation.
I want to make a motion to place this on file. I don't really agree with that bill, so.
Second.
To support of it. Motion's made and seconded to place on files or discussion. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. A copy of a resolution from Charlestown Town Council in support of full funding of categorical transportation aid as outlined in a specific Rhode Island general law. This appears to be related to regional school districts in which there's issues between the members of the regional school district. Ours is not. I would entertain a motion to place this on
So
file.
moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. There's a copy of a resolution from Hopkinton Town Council in support of housing development and land use. I would ask for a motion to refer this to both the Housing Trust and to the Planning Board, since it involves housing development and land use, for any comment or recommendation they might have.
So moved.
I'll second that, but I would like to say that what they're asking for is the state to try to give some money to the towns to go forward with these things of affordable housing, which they've mandated us to have, and the biggest problem we have is purchase power.
Yes.
So I hope both the trust and the planning board come back with some recommendations for approval of that.
That are persuasive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, and I think we're in agreement there that this gives us an opportunity to bring forward some of the things that we might have in addition to this or in amplification of this.
Well, they come down with mandates, and you have to do this, you have to do this. In a small town like this, it doesn't have the fundraising capabilities of the taxes, unless we really raise taxes to get affordable housing off the ground. So,
Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. A request letter from United Congregational Church to hold the summer fair and summer road race on July 8th, 2020.
Motion to approve.
with all state and local regulations adhered to with approval by the police and fire departments.
As amended.
Second?
That's the motion, and it's been seconded. Is there discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The consent file.
Motion to place the consent file on file, but I'd like to pull one after I get a second on that.
Second?
The motion's been made and seconded, yes.
Tony, just an explanation on consent too. It looks like this was time sensitive. It's a community transportation partnership letter of interest. It looks like you signed it, sent it in. Would you like ratification for the town council?
Please.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion to ratify.
Maybe we got the consent calendar on file.
Okay.
I'll move
You-
first, and then we'll go.
You've removed it.
I removed it.
All right, you
So
removed it. So
then the
it's just-
motion that stands is to place on file consent 1 and 3. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent 2.
I'm going to make a motion that we ratify the actions of the town administrator to go forward with the community transportation partnership letter of interest, which would be a purchase of vehicles.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. A payment of bills.
Motion to pay the bills.
Second.
I've got just one question.
Yeah.
with the bills. It's a Rhode Island Energy one, Tony, $17,002.74. I've got the invoice. It doesn't really give me any pertinent information. Maybe you could enlighten us on it. Do you have it?
Yeah, well, I don't have it here with me, but I know what you're talking about. No, because I signed off on that. That was, that's for us to bury the wires from National Grid, the wires that we currently have connecting to the town hall, to drop them down and run conduits under the road. That's the charge that the Rhode Island Energy is charging us for that.
So that's going to the safety complex, town hall,
Town hall,
just the town hall.
yes.
Thank you.
Any further questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. There being no further business, I'll declare the meeting adjourned. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.